We're here live on stream. I gotta get your Fugi text and get the.
Voice of media.
What? You are like
You're
raspy,
drowning.
far away and drowning.
Wait.
Your audio quality is horrible. Just horrible. There you go. Much better.
Alright, there we go. Now I can hear people.
Now people are here to be heard on the
Now
digital
you don't sound
dojo.
like you're dying.
On this peaceful German morning for Isaac Anzu.
The ass crack of dawn.
Thank you
It is indeed the ass
for joining
crack
us,
of the
Isaac.
dawn. Hey, I'm here for friends. That's important.
Thank you. I'm here for friends too.
On this, the day of my daughter's wedding.
Alright, well. Sorry about that one. I mean, I don't know what to. How can I make it up to you, Godfather? I mean, what?
You come to me.
You'll come to me on the day of my daughter's wedding.
You come to me girthless on Fat Cock Friday.
You come to me girthless on Fat Cock Friday. Okay? The disrespect in your presence is nauseating.
Welcome to the Digital Dojo, where we challenge, cooperate, and meditate on the video games and other such medias. Roll call. Isaac?
Yo, what's up? It's your boy Isaac Anzu, awake at 5 a.m. to be on the stream.
Thank you, Isaac. We appreciate you. We love you.
I
got
am
my
Isaac's
travel-
wet nurse.
Alright, here to Isaac's witness. I was about to get to you. Hold up a second.
I need my ass wiped right now.
That's the
All
wrong
right,
kind
Con.
of nurse.
Alright, you go for it. I mean, is that the introduction?
Wait.
Are we rolling with this?
What?
Yeah, that was my introduction. I'm Isaac's wet nurse.
What's okay, hold up. Gotta Google something real quick.
You having to look at what a wet nurse is?
Okay. Yeah, I got the wrong kind of nurse.
Oh yeah. That's two different kinds of services.
Oh no.
I don't want to know. I don't want to know what the taste is like. I don't want to know, man.
What about the consistency? The texture. You're a texture person, aren't you?
Yeah, if you say anything that's not just fluid texture, I'm gonna be upset.
No, it's like grits.
It's like grits. You're feeding me the nip grits? Why would you do that?
Don't
We're
worry,
deep
it'll be like-
in Nip Grits territory right now.
It'll be like
Good
oatmeal.
Lord.
Just think of it as oatmeal.
Okay, all right. I don't
Just
like
lay back and
oatmeal.
think of England.
I don't like oatmeal. Why am I being subjected to this at 5 a.m.?
That's the perfect time for oatmeal. It's breakfast time.
Suppose.
How's your week been, Isaac?
Well, I don't think I've talked about this in person with either of you, but yeah, about a month ago, I fell for a scam, an apartment scam, and it was real shitty, and I lost a lot of money, and I was unsure of where I was going to be living for a longer period than is normal or acceptable. Um, so this past week, last week we moved into a real and new apartment, and I've been unpacking this week and cleaning up the old place. And yeah, wow, it's great to have a place to live.
Thank God for that.
You've into that.
Hell yeah. I'm glad you're getting through it.
Yeah, that's the big thing. I guess the small thing is I've been doing a lot of improv and improv comedy on stage, short form improv comedy. I'm that guy. I'm that guy who does improv. And I recently got to perform arrhythmic jazz music as a it was the suggestion, arrhythmic jazz music. It was Lumi's suggestion, and she suggested it merely to harm me. So, however, I fucking nailed it, and
Nice.
don't test my jazz knowledge. Is all I'm gonna say.
That's awesome.
I like that you, like, Lumi was trying to throw some shade, and you was able to show up and show out and be like, yeah, what of it?
I think secretly she knew that I could do it, and so she was kind of laying me up, you know?
Yeah.
There was faith.
There was faith. There's faith in me.
He was there to set up the bit for you.
And no bit is complete without the setup.
Yes.
You know? You gotta have the setup to the punchline.
True. It's awesome. Good to have a wingman on your side.
Oh yeah.
Con, what's new with you?
How about y'all?
What have I been doing? I don't even know what day it is, apparently, if any of y'all have seen the tweets that I made.
No.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. I knew the date, but I thought the date was tomorrow.
Oh man.
It's
Tomorrow
Friday
I'm watching
night.
Grease tomorrow.
Grease.
Yeah. You wanna come on?
What kind of grease?
Greasy Grease. 1978, John Travolta and Olivia Newton-John.
that's greasy.
Oh, that's greasy.
Oh, that's greasy.
It's
Greasy.
It's funny going onto your stream and hearing the sound effects that I used in that music, but in context of the stream.
Yeah, people get to hear that beautiful track that you made not too long ago as the starting music too. And
It's the starting
Sick.
music now? Come on. Aw.
Yeah. I
I
mean,
gotta
you've
catch
done
the
the
starting.
starting music twice.
I gotta get started. I gotta get started on Con stream
Gotta get-
sometime.
What is
Gotta get started.
I gotta get started.
But yeah, it's the starting music now. I went and upgraded the last one. I switched over from the Con theme song to Drop It Papa Con, as it's called now.
Nice. Sorry, you were talking about you and I made it about me. Apologies.
I
Apologies.
think it's all in.
My bad.
So it's all in the family. We're here.
My lack of punctuality, yes. My lack of temporal awareness. I just didn't know what. It's a good thing I checked. I checked Discord earlier today, and I was like, "Well, I know when it is. I know the date. Maybe I should check and see if there's been any updates last minute." And then I looked at it, and I seen that message right there, it says Friday the 11th. And I was like, wait a minute. The 11th was supposed to be Saturday night, wasn't it?
The calendar played tricks on you.
I guess.
Those
I don't know what happened.
rascally, what kind of calendar we have? A Roman calendar?
Yep,
Those
Roman
rascally,
calendar.
wascally Romans.
The wascally womans.
Yeah.
Your father was a woman. But yeah, I was. I don't know how the fuck that happened. It's not the first time I've done something like that, but I thought I had it this time. And then the worst part is, I tweeted out, I was like, yeah, I'm going to start stream at 8 p.m. and finish at 10 p.m. Because I seen your shit that said 8 p.m. your time, and I plugged it into a calculator, and it spit out 10 p.m. So I was like, all right, well, it starts at 10
But you're on
p.m.
the East Coast.
Yeah, it turns out the conversion calculator I used defaulted to daylight time
Uh-huh.
for you, and then standard time for me.
Damn, time is just a... Time is not of the essence.
It really isn't. I don't know when
No.
we started doing this daylight time bullshit. This is a new thing, because when I was growing up, it was just fucking standard time across the board, and now we got to figure in daylight time, and that's fucking everything up. So fuck daylight savings time.
Yeah, fuck it.
For sure.
But yeah, I've been cooling off this month. You know, I had 2 big releases last month, and I put out two big events as well.
Sick.
Yep, put out episode 2 of the lore series, and I had Nugget Mania that I had to scramble to get all
I gotta
together.
get caught up. I've
Oh.
seen it, and I gotta get in there.
Nugget Mania 2 was probably the best event that we've ever had. Holy shit, was it so good. I don't mean to toot my own horn, but it was so good.
Toot it, toot it, toot it.
Yeah, brag, man, brag.
Well, we wrapped up a couple of storylines. We wrapped up the whole Horde Quarters versus the Corporate Alliance. And man, that finish was something spectacular. I've never seen anything like that before.
If you like it.
And what else did we do? Shit. Oh yeah, Stan had his first match.
Oh yeah. Nice.
Stan had
Stan?
his first match. Yes.
First match. Oh my god.
Yep. He had a match against yours truly. And if he won, he was going to get a raise.
Was. What up, Crundle? Welcome in.
Stan! See, Grundle knows.
Mhm.
Grundle knows about Stan.
Crundle knows the secret.
Yep.
That's why you're in league with Crundle with the green erasure. You know, I'm seeing that. Seeing the green erasure happening.
I don't know.
I
I
see
think you
the-
look pretty
the
good with black
spirits.
hair.
Listen, I'm here repping the green, and you align yourself with this blue man, this Viagra tuber.
The Viagra tuber? Oh, yes.
Yeah.
That explains
I mean,
a lot.
to be fair, he's pretty charismatic, yeah.
Yep. He also played a very integral part in Nugget Mania 2.
I now remember what I forgot to. No, don't fix it. I love it. I like the green erasure. It's funny. I never want you to back down from green erasure. Okay, listen.
It's part of his character now.
Yeah, I'm here to be made the pariah.
Damn, that's a hard ass line.
Okay, then it's.
That's what I'm talking about.
Thank you for being
It's
you.
war
Crumble.
then.
Yeah.
It's treason.
that's the line.
I'm thinking of some new storylines now.
Sweet. Hell yeah. Oh yes, me and Crundle. Oh my god, that is something I gotta see. Yeah.
Can I yap about some non-specific gossip?
Sure.
Yes.
Some hot goss.
It's not going to be hot because I'm going to be purposefully obfuscating it.
Mm-hmm.
But I haven't really had a chance to talk about this. So, a long time ago, there was a young Isaac just starting to poke around on the channels, the Twitters, back when it was called that. And I met a person. This person seemed cool. We did some sweet music together. It was fun. It was just little fun things, right?
Mm-hmm.
And recently I found that person again. They kind of disappeared and reappeared. And let me say the past few years have not been kind to their mental health. So or their physical situation, right? They're poor. Everyone's fucking poor right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I wanted to help them out a little bit, and apparently one can give money to a friend incorrectly.
Oh,
Oh.
one of these situations. Oh fuck.
Well, it was kind of like I was like, okay, yeah, I can help you out.
Yeah.
And then they were like, okay, where'd you go? Where did you go? You abandoned me. You're never going to return. I'm like, bro, I went to sleep.
Oh man.
And so I said, like, 100%, seriously, just like step away from the internet, please. Just take some time off. Like, the world is not on demand all the time, and that is what the internet teaches you, right? But they were very upset, and I said, you know what? This is not like a key. This is not a core memory. This is not a core friendship. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Right.
This is not good for you or
So-
for me. So
Yeah.
goodbye.
So,
yeah.
well, and to make sure that I'm, like, you know, square in my own morals, I sent them a small amount of money, and then I bounced. Peace out. Later. Have fun with your life, right? Later, through the power of internet stalking, I found out this person made like 3 separate call-out posts
Oh no.
about me.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm like, okay, well, I made the right call. Good riddance to bad news, right? And if that's where the story ended, then it would be like a silly story, right? Well, a month or so after that, someone reached out to me
Crundle.
it's war, yes. A little later, someone reached out to me and said, hey, do you know this person? Like, and I'm like, yeah, I'm aware of that person. And they're like, yeah, I sent a substantial amount of money to this person, And I'm like, oh. And they're like, and now this person is being very like, using that money to buy things like luxury goods instead of food, right? And I'm like, well, listen, I would love to help. Unfortunately, I have that person blocked, and my reason for blocking them is only getting stronger. So, I'm sorry. I can't help you.
Yeah.
And then like the cherry on top of it is, because of this incident, I went back and secret internet stalked this person again. You've been on the internet long enough, you know how to stalk. You stalk for good reasons, right?
Yeah. I'm hearing Humphrey Bogart in your voice a little bit. Go on.
You stalk. You've been on the internet long enough. You stalk for good reason. And this person, a couple weeks after my incident, had made a post saying essentially like, here's a bunch of people that I've decided to forgive. And I was one of them. And they're like, reach out if you ever want to talk again. I'm like, how about never?
Yeah.
How about please? How about please never?
Man, even that post like reeks of like egotism. People that I've decided to forgive.
Yeah. Well.
It was horrible. I specific and in one of the call out posts specifically says like, this is how to act if you want to lose my friendship forever. I'm like,
wow.
And now you're like, I've decided to forget. Yeah, you're so equanimous. You're so kind. Thank you so much for providing me with the forgiveness you need.
Wait, nobody got time for that.
If I wanted to, you know, get abused and then told that I've been forgiven, I would just go to church.
Mm-hmm.
Whole situation
Or existing
like
capitalism. Yeah, it's like, it's literally this person has a god complex, right?
Yeah.
Get some help.
They took
Like-
your money. They said "fuck you," and then they're like, "Well, I forgive you."
This is how I felt when I recently
Okay.
watched Oklahoma. That's the next story. Go on.
But yeah, like for me it was an insignificant amount of money, even in the context of my recent losing my entire bank account to scammers.
Oh yeah.
It was still an insignificant amount of money. The person who follow-up messaged me on Blue Sky, that was not an insignificant amount of money. I'm like, okay, well, like, this person has descended so far into the internet that they have taken on the grifter mentality without realizing it,
Oh yeah.
right?
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
This song is called "Fight into Enemy Territory." Sneaking into enemy
That's how it
territory.
felt.
Yeah. I
Like,
couldn't think of a more appropriate time.
so, question: this other person that gave a non-insignificant amount of money, did they know this person? Like, well,
I can only say no.
that's crazy. Bro. Like, that is crazy. That people will
nuts.
go around on Blue Sky and give non-insignificant amounts of money to people they ain't never met before.
It was, it's okay. I might be ruffling a few feathers here, and I'm sorry. I find mutual aid posts suspicious.
I
Oh
agree.
yeah, I see them shits
Yeah,
all the
no,
time.
I totally
bro.
agree.
And I don't think it's because the people are fake. Like I do think that there are a lot of fake mutual aid posts out there that are just trying to, like, it's just a bank account collecting money, reposting pictures of whatever sad kid they can find, right? I do think those exist.
Obviously.
But even if you say they're all real and they all need help, right? By appealing to the mutual aid networks, right? You are creating terrible incentives, right?
Mhm.
Because who gets the mutual aid, right? You have people in literally the most war-torn parts of the world posting directly next to people who are like, move out of my parents' house into my own apartment. Help me pay
And
for
next to I'm an ex-Nigerian prince on the open sea and I lost all my money.
Yeah. But assuming they're all real, right? The only thing that is going to separate us from another is proximity and emotional resonance, right? If you know someone, you're more likely to, help them out,
yeah.
right? That's proximity. But if you don't know someone, it's just all emotional resonance. And so, like, you have to make your post as emotionally fraught as possible.
It's like being a
in order
politician.
to have a hope. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's
created a
marketing.
you've created a system where the goal is not actually to, like, improve your situation. It's to improve your appeal. Whether that appeal is, empathetic or marketing or whatever, right? You've created a game where the goal is just to improve your, like, mass appeal as much as possible. And I don't know how much money it takes to, like, get someone out of Palestine or something like that, right? Get someone out of Gaza. It's probably not a lot of money, right? But there's so many people posting, like, you're never going to save everyone, and that means that people are incentivized to make their posts as heart-wrenching as possible. Like, how long is it gonna be before they're showing, like, injured kids, right?
Mhm.
And like, there's a lot of pushback on, like, banning and silencing these accounts that need help. And I think a lot of the argument is, we want to make sure that these are real people, and then the counter argument is they are real people. We can verify they're real people. But even real people are going to eventually be incentivized to break the terms of service in order to push their appeal further than everyone else's.
Yeah.
Right? It's
Yep.
it's just a terrible situation.
Yeah.
And
I was reading some
which-
research
which-
articles on that, and I'll get to that later.
which is why when I did a fundraiser last year, I did it for a reputable organization instead of a specific person, right? Because I feel like money towards an organization can help alleviate the larger problems,
Right.
than just getting a single person or family to safety, right? That's also important. And if you know someone like that, you should help them, right? But the internet is full of strangers.
Mm-hmm.
And if you try to appeal to strangers, you're gonna lose.
The key is know who you're helping, right? Know who's on the other end of that support. Because
Exactly.
all these posts, we don't know. We have no idea. You could be an ex-Nigerian prince that's stuck in the open water and has no money. But I ain't
You
never
could
met
just be
you.
a very,
Like,
you could just be a very sad person who believes they deserve the entirety of somebody else's wallet, right?
Yeah.
it's a very like parasocial phenomena too.
And it's weird because I see so many people like getting defensive about mutual aid posts. Like they'll go out of their way to like insult people who have like the slightest critique about them. And I'm like, I don't
I
fuck
think
with that.
I think it's because a lot of the pushback is on the idea that they are fake, right? And I think that it's pretty clear that a lot of people in the world need help.
Sure, but like it's like you said a minute ago with like you could have people like in the middle of like a war-torn country literally have nothing, no water, no source of food, nothing like that, right up against people who are like, yeah, I don't have enough money for like ADHD meds this month. And I'm like, one of these seems like a little bit more urgent than the other one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then you get those people who are missing the ADHD medicine going around calling people who are raising an eyebrow about these kind of threads like ableist and racist and sexist and fucking all the other isms out there that they can throw at people.
And also,
it's
how
like-
do we know that those people haven't like expended their options on in terms of support, right?
Yeah,
How do we know they haven't like reached out to a place that could pay for your meds if you're really, really at rock bottom? Because I know there's places out there, maybe not in America, maybe not happening in America right now, and maybe that's why there's so much of an uptick in the mutual aid thing. But like, I bet there's been pushback, and there's people out there who like they're trying to like help their community because of that,
And
specifically, right?
and that is like also the thing is I think the internet especially on social media has kind of trained people to believe that they are the special one,
the main
That they're
character.
being
And-
seen.
the main character. Yes, exactly, the main character. And when you feel like you're the main character, you're not going to go to a food bank, right? When you feel like you're the main character, you're not going to, go to the library and attend like the support group or apply for medication assistance, right? You're going to look at the people you already know and say, hello everyone, it's me, your favorite person in the world.
Yeah.
I'm suffering.
Yeah. Also, no is in big air quotes.
Yeah.
KNOW in big air quotes. Yeah, no, for sure. This is so crazy because like I have been doing my film research on Fellini and stuff like that. I don't know if I told you guys, but I'm getting back into film research and want to make a video essay. But like,
Fellini, Italian film director and screenwriter.
correct. And
Just
like,
making sure I know
it
who you're
is
talking about.
crazy how much this is resonating with like my research on that crossing over with parasocial interaction and all of that
Oh,
stuff. And
wild.
like, I just like in a few interviews he's given that I've read just today, I'm just like, I gotta use this somewhere in my research. And like, you are like hitting on all cylinders right now, my brain on that. And I'm just like, wow. It is a wow moment.
Honestly, I love that stuff. Synchronicity is what I've been calling it recently.
You're breaking up a little bit.
You got the robot voice.
No. Hey, how's this? Is this better?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Synchronicity is what I've been calling that lately, and I've been sorry. I've been reading a few books, and the amount of like overlap in these books has just been mind-boggling. The books are The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron, Mastering the Core Teachings of the Buddha 2. There's not a second Buddha, but it's the second version of this book. And Nonviolent Communication.
Martin Luther King.
Yeah. There's like a
by a
direct
similar
Fellini
guy.
quote where it's about why he's making films. He's like, I'm making these films because people have a terrible time communicating to each other. And this is why I'm making films about people who are having a hard time doing this and trying to find themselves. And like it's directly linked to a story like La Dolce Vita, where this guy is trying so hard to be like the main character of his life, but he has to take a backseat to everything and is trying so hard to like rub up against the stars, rub up against the washed up aristocrats, rub up against the high society philosophical socialites. And it's just like, buddy, it's not working. You gotta do you. And it's just kind of, it's there. It's there for me.
Hell yeah.
We
I feel
should, we
that.
should be able to like shut off someone's internet until they do a certain amount of like introspection.
If only. I was kind of talking about that at the beginning of the stream earlier, about how fucking people just want to outsource their entire person to a machine now. Like, even the little things that make us human. Like, somebody in my chat, Poor Math, was talking about how some kindergartners like don't even have they haven't developed the muscle articulation in their hands to even hold a pencil. So like handwriting is like almost an impossibility for some people because of how attached they are to like the internet. And I'm like, the internet has ruined everything.
Oh yeah.
We're talking about like this.
So what you're saying is currently we say like, oh yeah, by hand writing something you get that like brain body connection and you really like experience better. Someday they're going to be like, well, if you actually type something, then you're getting that brain body connection that you don't get by, just talking to your robot pal.
You might be right. There might be some revisionism later on that says some shit like that. Who knows?
Yeah.
So much of the stuff we know now is, or so much of the stuff that we grew up with has been proven false. So maybe they'll say that later on. Who really knows? I think that kind of ties into what Satya was saying about that dude being the main character of his life. Like, a lot of people just try to, like, they try so hard to keep control of everything. I think that's one reason why so many people have so much anxiety now. Like, there's so much to keep track of, there's so much noise, and they want to try to control all of it. And you can't do that. You can't even do that when you don't hear all that noise. You just kind of, you have to be water, my friend. You got to kind of go with it. You got to roll with the punches. You're a passenger on this journey. You're not the fucking driver. You kind of just got to go with what life tells you. You can't tell life. Life tells you.
Thank you for sharing that.
People feel like they have so much control. It's better when you don't.
It's better to identify knowing the things you can control and can't control. And it's even better to identify what you can't control so that you know what to control.
Yeah, and I think that adds something special to the little things you can't control.
Yeah, if you feel like you can control everything, then you'll never find out what you truly can control. You'll never differentiate.
Yeah, that's true.
There's a part in the Boondocks. It's one of my favorite lines from the Boondocks. The main character, Huey, is doing a hunger strike to boycott BET, and he meets up with CeeLo Green, who kind of co-ops his little hunger strike and turns it into he parlays it into like a TV deal with BET. And, that kind of really disillusions Huey. And at the end of it, he gives up his hunger strike because, he's just so out of it. And his granddad gives him a plate of food, and he says, "Thanks, Granddad." And he says, "Granddad, what do you do when you can't do nothing, but there's nothing you can do?" And Granddad looks over his shoulder and he says, "You do what you can."
Exactly.
Can I share the passage from Fellini that kind of resonated with me here?
Yeah.
So the interviewer asks, "Is there any underlying philosophy in your films? I mean, besides the depiction of what is truth for you?" Fellini responds, "Well, I could tell you what for me is one of the most pressing problems, one which provides part of the theme for all my films. It's the terrible difficulty people have in talking to each other. The old problem of communication, the desperate anguish to be with, the desire to have a real, authentic relationship with another person." You'll find this in some of my early films. I'm not going to try to read Italian. It may be that I'll change, but for now I'm completely absorbed in this problem, maybe because I have not solved it yet in my private life. The interviewer says, "Do you feel that the reason for this difficulty in interpersonal communication is that we have created a kind of society which makes it hard for people to have true relationships?" So, obviously in context, he goes on to say, "It is the fault of society only because society is made up of men. I believe that everyone has to find truth by himself. It is completely useless to prepare a statement for a crowd or make a film with a message for everyone. I don't believe in talking to a crowd. Because what is a crowd? It is a collection of many individuals, each with his own reality. That is also the reason why my pictures never end. They never have a simple solution. I think it is immoral in the true sense of the word to tell a story that has a conclusion. Because you cut out your audience the moment you present a solution on the screen. Because there are no solutions, in quotes, in their lives. I think it is more moral and more important to show, let's say, the story of one man. Then everyone with his own sensibility and on the basis of his own inner development can try to find his own solution." The interviewer says, "You mean to say that by ending a problem, the filmmaker takes away from the audience the feeling that what they're seeing is the truth?" Fellini responds, "Yes, or even worse. For when you show a true problem, then resolve it, the spectator's beguiled into feeling that the problems in his own life, too, will solve themselves, and he can stop working on them for himself. By giving him happy endings to films, you goad your audience into going on living in a trite, bland manner, because they are now sure that sometime, somewhere, something happy is going to happen to them, too, and without their having to do anything about it. Conversely, by not serving them the happy ending on a platter, you can make them think. You can remove some of that smug security, then they'll have to find their own answers."
So this is going to be really, really trite in comparison to what this person is talking about, but this kind of reminds me of Shrek. like specifically the first one, in the sense that you know, the whole overarching moral of the story is that, you know, fairy tale endings aren't really a thing that are applicable to real life.
Yeah,
And,
everyone's looking
that's
for the quick
something-
solution, right? You know,
That's something like Fiona has to
wrap up
learn.
nicely
Like,
in a prison.
yeah, she's looking like for Prince Charming to come and slay the dragon and carry her off on like a blazing steed and all this other shit. And then she gets Shrek, who's the opposite of all of that, but he take care of business and he's real about his shit and he actually cares about her. But she doesn't see that till the very end, where she has to confront her own ugliness on the inside and contend with that. And, you know, I was just talking about how like things not wrapping up nicely, but the movie does kind of wrap up nicely, but in like a roundabout way after there's been a lot of turmoil. So I think it's actually a pretty good little story, the original Shrek.
Yeah. Now there's like 5 sequels or
it's-
something.
We're not talking about that.
I think people have forgotten that Shrek was kind of released in a huge uphill battle. Like 3D animation was not very popular. Animated films were basically like Disney or nothing. And even within the studio, everybody was working, and everybody in DreamWorks was working on The Prince of Egypt. And like Shrek was made by the B team, right? Like everything was going against Shrek, and so they did what they could to make it a good movie. AKA they, you know, tried to find the best script and, you know, voice actors they could, and it turned out that made it resonate with people much deeper and longer than you know, high quality graphics or popular studio influences.
Yeah. But I want to go back to what you said earlier, Isaac, about like, you know, people going on to social media and reaching out to who they know, in air quotes, right? So
Yeah.
what about what you don't know, right? Why are you kind of like you and the, not you specifically, but you know, the yous that are out there, right? Why are you kind of like relegating yourself to the cave in a sense, right? If this is all you know,
Why
what
are
about
you-
what you don't know? What about putting in the
Why
work
are
to
you
research?
agreeing to the cave?
Yeah,
To Plato's
right.
cave.
Yeah. I can't understand that, and AI is just making that shit worse. You know, it's just like, it's not new knowledge, it's not new anything, it's not research, it's just, we're in a clusterfuck of information and poor communication. And Fellini is one of these people who knew that from back then, because he was experiencing it himself too.
Well, I think if I'm going to make a broad statement from my own perspective about the current state of society, it's this idea that wealth and money and capital are in fact the only meaningful value, right? Truth, honesty, fairness, justice, it's all kind of secondary to this idea.
Whatever
of
cost, that's the best life experience you can have, or those
Cost.
values most people are saying, right?
Yeah, and for 99.9% of people, the way to make money is to spend time doing it, right? You spend your time at a job, you receive money from the job, the money contributes to your sense of value. And that's why people say time is money. And this corollary to that is that efficiency and productivity are huge values because it allows you to spend more of your time making money, right?
But then you don't have any opportunity to explore.
AKA creating value for the owner class, right? But you can literally divide the maturity of people into, do you follow the prescribed path given by the loudest voices in society, or do you listen to your own needs and follow an inner path, right? You can almost like the amount of people who are halfway between those two states is very small. Most people are in one camp or the other. Mm-hmm. And this is why, despite like every single time Disney remakes a live action version of a film that was beloved 2 decades ago, you know, that's why there's a huge outcry and everybody hates it and nobody wants to go see it, and it does fucking bonkers at the box office, right? You're literally watching the two halves of society clash, right? The people who are like, oh, new movie, I'll take my kids to it, versus the people who are like, what are we doing with our lives here, right? And the thing is, right, you know, the script of society is create value for the owner class, and that isn't just spend your time working, it's also spend your money on the entertainment given to you by the working class, by the owner class, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Spend your entertainment where we tell you to spend your entertainment money, right? Turn that money around, buy the intoxicants that we approve, buy coffee, buy beer, buy a Netflix subscription, right? And AI is kind of the perfect tool for this thing, because not only is it able to create infinite entertainment for you to spend your money on, right? It also allows you to spend even less of your time and thought on non-work tasks, right? Why, like, we people who have discussed and thought about AI can see the value of like an analytical AI in a medical field, right? Hugely valuable. Or an analytical AI in the field of weather, right? Incredibly valuable. So why are corporations still pushing the generative AI so much? Because it is both the poison and the cure, right? It is destroying people's minds so that they spend more time eating trash mentally, right? Consuming trash media. And it is also allowing them to, work harder, work longer, do more stuff, right? Who needs to take notes anymore? Who needs to write emails anymore? Who needs to attend meetings anymore, right? Who needs to spend time practicing art or music or whatever, writing, right? Who needs it? Work harder at your job, right?
Yep.
We're devaluing valuable things by the second.
And I think that's the heart of it, is everything in the economic view of our society is pointing towards this one valuable thing, which is net worth, right? And the people at the very top, I mean, some of them kind of get like disassociated because of this. The people at the very top have learned that time does not equal money. Exploiting entire classes of people equals true money.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
But they still live in this society where they're constantly being told time equals money. And so they create these fictionalized, hyper-focused, hyper-productive portrayals of themselves, right? And they believe them. Because they even the people at the top can't escape this idea that, you know, well, if you're not working, then you're not improving yourself, right? Ignoring the fact that, you know, you can work on yourself and become more honest. You can work on yourself and become more creative. You can work on yourself and become more just. You can work on yourself and become more at peace. And those are all such valuable things to do, except nobody fucking gives a shit because what's that worth?
Yeah, people don't want to be themselves no more, I guess. Or they are shown a value system where they're constantly being devalued for being themselves. Because whatever time they put into that doesn't equal more money, this does not equal more sustainability.
Yeah. And I was thinking about...
And yet, like, for me, right, like, the direct path has never been the one of value. Like, I literally didn't get my job because I did a direct path and bought into all this stuff. You know, I did it because I was improving on myself. I was making those skills happen for myself and getting that to get to where I am. And even though it's a boring-ass job, I'm still learning about myself and making it work for me. Right?
Yeah, yeah. I was thinking about the thing you said, the Fellini saying like this is the biggest problem with society, and making movies about that. I think that's the way, you know. I think that's what you have to do as an artist, as a human being. You have to identify, what do I think the biggest problem in society is, and you need to set about solving it for yourself
and doing it in your own way.
And
like,
and the result,
it could be in a totally
the
different
result
genre.
the result of solving society's biggest problem is not fixing society; it is fixing yourself and creating art.
And the story itself could be like, you know, something that's been told over and over again, but it's the way you say it, right? It's how you go about using those elements to emphasize what parts of it you want to show, right?
Yeah. This book I'm reading, The Artist's Way, has huge portions of it dedicated to deprogramming you. Like, you do not have to be productive all the time. You do not have to make money all the time.
Yep.
Please stop trying to do this. And I don't even think that's the big problem that the book is solving, but I mean, this book was written in right when the fucking capitalist carnival started taking off, right? Like, the artists are the people who can see the writing on the wall because they're the ones examining human nature. Like, every sci-fi novelist ever has predicted something that's come to be reality, right?
And most of those people were paper pushers at one point or another while writing their greatest novel, right? So it's not like unforeseeable. Like, you can go to school to be an artist, but, you know, you could end up as a whatever and just do your job. But, like, you know, leave room for yourself. Leave room for experience.
By
But we're not being taught that.
But yeah, because there's like not any money in it. Like one of the things that scares the people at the top the most is a content person. It's like if you talk to somebody who says that they have enough, like what
never
can you
be
sell
satisfied.
them? Like you can't buy them. You can't dangle something in front of them and make them feel like lesser because they don't have it.
But like being satisfied. Yeah, go on. Sorry, I'm gonna hold on to that.
Well, I made a tweet about that a little while ago. Like going through stuff on your own and like taking time out for yourself to like try to figure yourself out. That's even kind of seen as unglamorous. You know, people. It seems like would rather see people be self-destructive because it's entertaining.
With my mom sometimes.
Yeah, like
oh my god, yeah, the fucking like anyone who's in like the boomer mentality or boomer generation, it just feels like a fucking lost generation.
Oh yeah, they like man. We're talking about like being addicted to work. Like, bro, I had to fight tooth and nail to get my mom to take vacation. Like not too long ago, like because my dad's been on disability for a while, so he don't work, and he's been trying to do things with her, but she either puts the blame off onto him, like, oh, he really doesn't want to go places because he's too much of a homebody. He doesn't like to experience things. But I've talked to him personally. He's like, yeah, I want to go here, and here, but she doesn't want to do anything.
Talk to the man.
See, that's where we're getting back to the communication thing again. Because I've talked to her. I was like, well, have you asked him if he wants to do this? You're like, well, no, I just know that he does. And I'm like, well, you're making fucking assumptions again. And I really think at this point you're just afraid to do anything that's outside of work. I don't know if something happened to you in the past where it's like you're afraid that you're going to get shit canned or something, or people are going to think you're lazy. Because, you know, I've had shit like that happen. I got blacklisted from a job one time because I had food poisoning and had to leave. I took that shit personal. I was like, well, nobody's ever going to fucking call me lazy. Because that's what they put on the report. There was like low production. I'm like, low production my ass. I was in that back room doing all but 2 of the jobs. Not going to bullshit me like that.
Need my fucking work.
And it's like the whole system at play. Because like, you got shit like that can make you unemployable, even if it's bullshit. Like, and then you got stuff like with my mom, who I had to fight tooth and nail to get her to take like fucking 4 days off, and like she's got like 4 weeks of vacation time from her job, which is like real good, and she doesn't use fucking like half of it. I'm just like time is more important than being at this fucking office. Like, go out and enjoy yourself.
I'm looking for my 3 weeks out in the other continent. Right, Isaac?
I'm excited. I'm excited to show you around Berlin.
October. But like, what was I saying earlier? I kind of cut you off. But like,
about being content and like.
Yeah, I feel like being content is not a binary, right? Nothing of. I think we're instilled like everything's kind of a binary. Oh, you're either happy or you're not, right? Like, I feel like people gotta like just go with the fucking flow, man. You're feeling what you're feeling in the moment. It's not. It's temporary.
like Fellini said, you're just expecting something to come along and make you happy and solve your problem
for the rest of your life. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, there's no goalpost in life. Like, there's no like finish line until you die, and like. Life is just a continuous process of growing, and if you're not growing, then I would dare say you're probably not living.
Gotta be learning something every day, even if you don't realize it. So I say.
Yeah. So a content person is somebody who is the proverbial they are very afraid of, because like you can't control somebody like that. You can't manipulate them enough to feel inadequate to the point where they feel like they need the upper echelon of society.
Yeah, because they don't operate on the binaries, you know? They don't operate the binaries that they want you to.
Yeah, it's just like what just like what Ren said on the last episode of Tower Shoujo. She said something along the lines of, I don't think I'm where I want to be at, but I don't regret being myself.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn. That's fire right there.
Yeah.
Because it goes to show, like, yeah, you can want to improve some stuff, but damn, you don't got to throw the baby out with the bathwater and act like because you ain't at this particular point yet, everything else has just been for naught.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, that goes along with like the whole self-deprecation culture in our generation, all this shit.
God,
my God.
Damn, yeah.
I fucking hate that shit, bro. I've been hating that shit more and more recently.
Oh yeah.
Cause I like to call
rough.
it passive depressive. Passive depressive, like when people are talking normally. People are talking normally and they take those little jabs at themselves, just like unnecessarily. That's passive depressive. And I'm
apologizing
just
for everything.
Apologizing for everything, like saying little shit like, "Oh, I'm not the best at it," or "Yeah, I kind of suck at this, but hey, we'll do it." I'm like, you could have left that out. You could have saved the energy, saved the
How about
air.
instead of that being like, "Hey, I'm learning how to do this, and it's fun and cool, and I'm gonna get better at it every day."
So I've been actually dealing with that a lot because after the apartment thing, I posted my VGen account, and some very kind people have asked me for music, and I'm doing my best to deliver it to them.
Thank you, Isaac.
Yeah, you're one of them, and it's fascinating because every time somebody says like, "Oh yeah, this is perfect. This is what I'm looking for. This is great," I feel that resistance in me to say like, "It's just all right," right?
Just say thank you.
But
Take the compliment. It was like Celine posted the other day, you know.
And that's the thing, right? Like, who am I to disagree with someone else's opinion?
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Even if I think it's just all right. I mean, some of them I've surprised myself and made something better than I expected. But even if I think it's just all right, like, who am I to disagree with what someone else thinks about a piece of art, even if it's an art that I made, right?
Because what I'm thinking, right, is like you make something, you're like, all right, this is all right, and then like you get the feedback, and like, all right, cool, so they're happy. I would like to do that again, and then add a little bit of spicy spice on the top. You know what I'm saying? And then you keep going forward like that.
Yep, you can always remix later.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, very true. I've been thinking about.
But do it just for
potentially
yourself, like not
remixing
just
a
because
bunch
someone
of
paid you
stuff.
to do it, right?
Yeah. Recently, so whenever I do a commission, I always ask for
What's up, JP?
samples. I always ask for. Oh, hey, JP, what's up? I always ask for references, right? And one of the reference someone sent me was not the original version of a song, but somebody did a 2025 remix, right? And it was literally just them taking a song that I guess from their back catalog that they enjoyed and updating it and remixing it with their current like level of musical skill. I'm like, you know, that's a fucking great idea, because not only are you like, you know, putting something out there again for people to catch and listen to, but you're also just going back and appreciating your catalog and getting a direct perspective on how far you've come as an artist, right?
Indeed. I always consider, like, I don't really consider anything that I do to ever be truly finished. Like, very few things I feel like are truly like done and dusted whenever I'm done with them, because I just kind of take it as like, this is the summation of what I'm able to do now under these circumstances at this moment in time.
Oh yeah, everything's the first draft. I keep telling myself that.
And I know that if I look at it again later, like with more experience under my belt, maybe some fresh pair of eyes, a new perspective, it's a new day. Yes, it is. And then look at it again, and I'll be like, well, it might look good if I did this right here, but, you know, this is where I was at that time. You know, I wasn't thinking back then like I'm thinking now.
Exactly. Yeah, I think that's cool. Like, it shows up, like, it doesn't necessarily have to be the same exact product, like, you're iterating on. But it could be something else that, like, holds the same spirit. It's like a spiritual sequel, right?
Yeah, it's like a little time capsule looking back at what I was doing back when I made this.
That's something also I've been thinking about, is spiritual sequels, that sort of thing. Because, so I've been I miss Shakespeare. I've been trying to get back into Shakespeare, so I've been reading through the sonatas, and it's so funny to me. Like, this guy writes like dozens of sonatas on essentially the same topic, right? He's just like, here's the first like couple dozen sonatas are especially hilarious because the topic basically boils down to like, damn girl, you're so fucking hot, you should have kids.
Man was horny.
But specifically, he's like, the world is a lesser place without you giving birth to little versions of you.
Yo, I can feel some of y'all on the internet. I mean, encroaching on the Shakespeare shit.
You know, just pick the biggest problem of your time and try to conquer it, right? Mm-hmm. People need to fuck more. Anyway.
I also think about how, like, so many artists bloom so much later in life because, like, they're letting it stew. You know, like, I feel like I'm having an experience figuring out what my true art is, and that is an art in itself. Like, who knows? Like, today, I just went over to my aunt's friend's place, and she's helping me translate all my citizenship documents. And, you know, that could be a whole journey for me. And I'm just excited for that. And, like, I love the possibilities, man. I love the possibilities of art, and then, like, figuring out, like, oh, man, I can really do this. And, like, just recently, getting back into cinema, getting back into film research, like, oh, man, I can really, honestly, like, I'm chipping away at it. I'm reading about all this stuff that I want to incorporate. I'm bringing up the academic journals because I can do that. And, like, at the same time, it's like I'm working on myself, and then I have an opportunity to make it, like, as an example for faculty at my job, too, if they want that. But, like, that's the secondary, like, benefit. I got so much time on my hands, I can do that. And that feels really cool. Like, it's my time.
Yeah, I feel that. Like, I try to use my time during my working hours to get done things that I need to get done, like for stream and such. And for like, that's usually like my drawing time. And I know Isaac was talking about before with the AI stuff that people are trying to outsource their free time thinking so they can do more work time thinking. And fuck that. I'm trying to think about work as less as possible. I'm trying to think about work as little as possible. Like, that shit ain't important. The fucking money I make for somebody else ain't important. I'd rather be fucking thinking about the shit that I care about.
Yeah, and I've already tried a few things I want to do through work, and it ain't working out. So I'm just like, hey, I got so much freedom. Nobody's looking over my shoulder. How about I make the job work for myself? And then, like, incorporate that somehow into the job, right? As a secondary bonus.
Oh, yeah.
I think that is you know, I've hit something real special. I'm never gonna get a job this easy ever again, but who knows? But like, it's just like,
dude. Okay, dude, that is so fucking real for me too right now. Like, I'm working a remote job. I am getting paid American money and living in Europe. I'm like able to do all my tasks in like a few hours and then just fuck off the rest of the day. Like, it's never getting better than this, and I'm sad about it.
But I'm saving up a lot of money, man.
Should I start looking for another job? Fuck, I don't know. I don't wanna.
But I'm excited about the opportunities, by like what I can create, you know, now, and like boost now, through that avenue. I think that's really cool, and I got to take advantage of that as much as I can.
I feel that, even though I haven't been feeling that since I did my H3 VR stream last Friday. You see what happens? I play video games on stream one day and I don't feel like doing anything productive ever again.
It's real, man. It's real.
I gotta put on that VR headset again some point. But shit, that's another space. Nothing innovative coming out of that, because now AI is the goddamn thing. Fuck that shit.
I know, fucking.
Is VR stagnating?
Oh, it's been stagnant since like 2021.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Metaverse came and kind of killed that shit for everybody.
Yeah.
Bullshit, man.
Because I was trying to innovate it on like the education space, and like trying to figure out like, oh, can we like get our, you know, can we get people behind it? But you know, guess what? Education system sucks. I mean, that's pretty much the only thing I have. That's the only thing I got.
All right, number one, education sucks. That's the list.
But faculty and like everyone is so like stretched thin, because the deadlines students are coming up against, deadlines faculty coming up against. You cannot innovate in this space, right?
Nope, not if you want to keep that budget.
Yeah, no, you cannot innovate. So like, what I'm talking about for myself is like, well, I'm gonna use what I know to try to innovate in my own way, and then like they can take it or leave it, but I get paid the same amount either way, right?
I think the thing is like I was talking about, like, money and efficiency are so important, and another side product of that is lack of risk, right? Like, if you have tons of money invested in a project, you want to return that money, because otherwise you've wasted all that money and time. And that's why you get like all these sequels and remakes and shit, and video games that look exactly like other video games, and everybody using Unreal Engine 5, even though it's a bloated piece of crap. The risk factor is gone, but when you're an individual making your own art, it takes longer and you can't market it all by your. But you can do whatever you want. You can take whatever risks you want, and because of the culture, people don't see the value in taking risks, and they're like, "Oh well, but who cares? My video only got like 200 views." Fuck you, man. 200 people watched your video.
Yeah, just picture 200 people.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you know who else watched your video? You. Well, you were making it because you thought it was valuable. And you know what? You need other people to
No, you put it out in the world because you wanted to see it there. And if other people get to see it, that's great. But like, it's just a side. They just side hose.
Yeah, you're the real bottom bitch. You got to be your own bottom bitch.
I haven't even gotten to my week, you guys.
Yeah, you see how long we've been going.
That's okay.
This is what happens.
This is good.
When
no, I'm
don't
happy.
Do this very often. Okay?
This is my happy place right now. I don't care.
We need to do this. We need to do this more often, if only because we're We have too much to catch up on.
Yeah, we got so much pent up in our brain yachts.
In our loins.
I'm ready to splurge it all over my buddies.
It's a very interesting noise I just heard.
Okay, so I've been recording my LPs that I got.
Yes, talk about that.
Oh my god, dude. So, on the 4th of July, my friends and I got together and we listened to Duke Ellington all fucking night while playing Gauntlet 4. It was amazing. I loved it. Now I'm playing Gauntlet 4 on stream, and I'm considering, man, do I bring the record player in here and we listen to that while we play Gauntlet, because it is such a fun fucking experience. I have this 6 LP, actually they're technically not LPs, I'll get to that. 6 record collection called A Program of Mexican Music, made in 1940. It is made in 1940. I started playing it at a regular LP speed, 33, and I was like, what the fuck is this Gregorian chanting? Where's the mariachi? And we're like, damn, this is a fucking vibe, like, traversing these dungeons, this Gregorian chanting. Apparently this is a program of Mexican music. Later on, I'm like, wait, what the fuck? These records are, like, heavy as shit, and they're, like, made of, like, something that is not vinyl. And I'm like, oh my fucking god. Is this a 78? So I put it back on the player. And I'm like, wait, let's turn up the speed. And like, oh wait, there's the fucking mariachi. It was awesome. And I'm like, oh my god, this is like my first experience like actually playing a 78 like Shellac record. It was just like, oh, that's so cool. I'm so glad I have this.
You're telling me that if you slow down a mariachi band, it sounds like a Gregorian
chant? It sounds like
chant?
you're summoning fucking Satan, man.
Bruh, I'm gonna try that.
I gotta send it to Isaac.
You can't just like, yeah, please do. Like, that's one of the things, right? You can't just go on YouTube and click like half speed and get the same effect, because they use modern time stretching techniques to like slow things down in the audio. Right.
Yeah, but I corrected that shit right away in Audacity, by the way, though. I went in and got the speed
Audacity
change.
Audacity can do it easy.
I was recording it at the slowed down speed.
Ableton can also do it easy.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is like any customer facing video or audio software these days, you know, they don't want you to mess with the pitch, right? It won't sound right. We'll take care of that for you. Like, no, let me fucking scratch my fucking YouTube video like a record, please.
I'm getting so tired of that shit. The best experience.
Yeah.
Like, man,
what the fucking best experience? You having my best experience, asshole.
I know. Like, I seen a video on YouTube the other day. It was called what was it called? Who Can It Be Now? It was Who Can It Be Now compressed, and it was a really, really like bit crushed version of Who Can It Be Now by Men at Work, accompanied by like a low quality GIF of a Dorito spinning.
Nice.
And I was thinking to myself about it. I was like, there's probably some people out here who experienced this song through this kind of means, like through this kind of like low quality, low fidelity, I should say, like through like either like an old CD or like a ripped MP3 from some dubious source, or like maybe like somebody recorded it on cassette way back in the day. And like, I bet you like people probably cranked that shit until the tape deck done popped. And that's how they experienced that song. So like, who are all these people who are out here like, oh, you need the best headphones, you need the best fucking DAC, you need the best fucking everything, or else you're not experiencing this correctly. And like, man, fuck that. Like, somebody probably got some good memories of rocking that old mixtape with Who Can It Be Now that sounded scratchy as hell,
Yeah.
It has like fucking the sound of the fucking smoke alarm beeping because they were trying to record it in the kitchen on the radio and shit like that.
That's like, fucking hilarious.
Cool.
I made a tweet about that the other day. I had an ill-gotten MP3 of Something in the Way by Nirvana, and for some reason it had like the 3 or 4 extra minutes of just silence after the song.
When I was recording my records, I accidentally was recording it originally through like Voicemeeter and not like directly through the line. So I was like, oh shit, I better not unplug any USBs or something, because you're gonna hear Duke Ellington and then like all of a sudden USB unplugged sound.
No, that's kind of best too.
That's so funny.
One of the favorite things that I own, and I use own in kind of quotation marks, but I do actually own it, is a ripped MP3 of Hurt by Johnny Cash. And it's the last song on the disc, and the disc was like smudgy around the edges, so it is a staticky and broken MP3. And I mean, that just aesthetically fits perfectly with Johnny Cash's Hurt. And it's like, you know, Lumi has said many times, like, we can get a new version of that. Let me just download a new version. I'm like, no. I want my version.
Yeah, this is the experience I like.
I have several MP3s that are like that.
Nice, yeah. Well, it's like, you know, so this leads into my story about how I ended up with an American Cinematheque membership, because I was like, damn, I used to go to movies all the time in Hollywood. And like go see 70mm, 35mm, like indie classics and like foreign films. And so I'm like, damn, I'm into this. I need to get back into this. I got the money. Let's fucking do it. So I bought all these tickets to the Hong Kong classics that are happening here in Hollywood. John Woo's gonna be there. I'm so fucking excited for that. And so what I did, the first thing I did with this membership now is I met up with a friend in Hollywood and we went to go see The Wild Bunch. If you know about The Wild Bunch, it is a crazy, rip-roaring action revisionist western. Pretty good shit. And the last time I went there was to go see Lawrence of Arabia in 70mm in like 2019. And I was like, damn, you know, I remember their sound wasn't like too hot. I wonder if they like revise it. And lo and behold, it wasn't blown the fuck out. But like, I'm bringing earplugs next time, because it was shit. There's not a quiet moment, if you've ever seen The Wild Bunch. There's not a quiet moment in that fucking film. It's just like an attack on the senses in the best way. But I'm bringing...
Hell yeah.
It was really good. So, it was a print from 1993, 70mm. Great experience. I had a lot of thoughts on it. Wrote down a lot of thoughts on it. And it's just like a hop, skip, and a jump for me to get on to park my car and get to the metro and go. Love that. And damn, what was I gonna say about that experience, you know? But it is like seeing like a 35mm projection, right? That's like a unique experience. You know, you get all the optical, like, you know, you hear the degradation on the optical track. You get to see all the flaws in the film and that projection, like how it's degraded over time. It's still the same film, but like you're in there with a bunch of people who are watching the same thing and like seeing the character that this, you know, copy has gone through. I think that's really cool.
Yeah, it adds texture to it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like when I was on stream a little while ago, we found this really, I don't want to call it crude, but very simple animation. There's like a 14-minute animation of like dancing and singing frogs, talking about like saving the environment, and they pull a fucking not the Christmas Story. What's the story called with fucking Scrooge in it? Like the one where he gets
Christmas Carol.
Christmas Carol, that's what it is. Yeah, they pulled a Christmas Carol with a... Yeah, there was no shooting him in the eyes in there.
Fucking okay. Quick sidebar. I have not found a single person in Europe who knows A Christmas Story.
That's a shame.
It is such an American thing.
It's because
Anyway,
it was
continue.
shown on television a lot, yeah? Over
Oh my
here?
Hell yeah.
Constant.
All day on Christmas Day. What the fuck was that saying?
But I think it's the same thing in Oklahoma, which I also watched this week. I'll get to that.
Oh yeah, the Oklahoma, right? That we're getting there. We're getting there.
We're almost there. Said that like an hour and a half ago. We still haven't gotten to it. But I was talking about like texture and limitations and things like that. This particular animation that we watched, it looked like it was VHS quality, which I know you can kind of spoof with modern technology now. But I noticed something during one of the scenes. These frogs were drawn on animation cells, because I saw like the outline of the box, like the box of the animation cell, as they were like moving around in the scenes. I was like, is this hand animated? And it suddenly made sense to me, because like all the music sounded like it came from like an old like fucking like drum machine, like a physical like real drum machine, and the voices are obviously pitched up with some kind of software, but it gave it like such a really good texture and gave me like a deeper appreciation for it. And it turns out the person who made that animation had been making animations like that and had like several feature-length animations on her channel. And I was like, this is all hand animated and the music is handmade as well. Like, kudos to this person. Like, oh shit.
That's cool.
So Oklahoma.
Can I talk about Judd Fry from Oklahoma? This guy.
Talk about Judd Fry from Oklahoma.
Are we familiar with the
Good
play?
fry. No.
No,
All right.
I've heard that I need to watch it.
You know, I mean, yeah, sure, okay. Well, I first watched Sound of Music, and then I was like, well, I've been meaning to get into like more Rodgers and Hammerstein stuff. So, the library has this record, which I've listened to many times on Spotify, and I was like, oh shit, they got this record, Ahmad Jamal Trio, live at the Pershing in Chicago,
These are tight.
1958, and he's got the song "Surrey with the Fringe on Top," and that's from Oklahoma. And I'm like, oh shit, that is from Oklahoma, isn't it? And I've been watching Twin Peaks, and there's that scene of Leland Palmer driving around in the car and singing it and like swerving all over the road, singing the song. And I'm like, oh damn, okay, I think this is my sign, you guys. I need to watch this. So I watched it. I enjoyed it. I love it. I think a lot of people find
a
this.
little underwhelming there.
I thought you were going to end it with that.
I think people get bored by this musical, but like for me, like knowing theater and like where it comes from, like I'm fascinated by like the origins of like where the modern musical comes from. And so Oklahoma is like one of those. So it's the original Rodgers and Hammerstein production, like their first one together. And there's some like surprising shit in there. Like it is totally white people problems the whole way through, don't get me wrong. But like there's like some deeply psychologically disturbing shit in there, like, and like Judd Fry is one of them. He's just like, bro, like the subtext of his whole situation is like, I'm tired of jerking off, I need a woman. And like I am spending time in the smokehouse, and I am like just a hired hand, and he's basically like an incel, man. It's great. And like the whole thing is like about incel fright.
Incel fright.
Yes.
It sounds like the Red Scare, the incel fright.
It is an anti-incel play.
You know, media stays relevant if it addresses the human condition, you know.
It does. But like, yeah, it's crazy because like she has this whole dream sequence about him where she like snuffs an elixir of Egypt, you know, from like a peddler or whatever that was out there in 1907. Sold snake oil. and she has this trip, and it's the Dream Ballet, right? Every musical's got to have a Dream Ballet back then. So she dreams about this, and we get to the part about Judd Fry being this guy, like she's making up like this big villain in her head because he's the guy who's like going to take her to the box social, and not Curly, who's like they're clearly in love, but they're like, oh, I'm too embarrassed to say we're in love, and like, but her whole thing is like in that dream sequence, she's like, oh damn, this guy's gonna like steal me away. He's gonna start a whorehouse. I'm gonna have to live in the whorehouse, and like all these women are like his puppets. It's like crazy shit. And it's like, damn, this was made in 1943? What the fuck?
Yeah, that story of Iceberg Slim is going on in Oklahoma.
Yeah. So I recommend it. Like, it is, like, on the surface, it is so, like, this is white people problems, this is first world shit. But, like, it is fascinating to see, like, that slice of that social structure and like deconstruct it in that way, in a fun, happy-go-lucky, all-in-the-family American musical.
About not jerking off anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It gets crazy.
I'm sorry,
man.
I'm caught up on that.
Judd Fry, they have a whole song where it's like poor Judd is dead, and he's just like being self-deprecating and being like, "Yep, I'm dead in this song, and I feel bad for myself because I keep jerking off and can't get a woman. But everybody who knew me loved me, but I was just a little rough. But like, you know, they didn't know, you know, that kind of thing."
They didn't know.
I mean, sometimes you need that. Sometimes when you're feeling down on yourself, you need an entire town to come out and sing to you and say, "Hey, don't be such an asshole."
Yeah. Oh man.
It's true.
Man, yeah. So it's free on
And
YouTube
cut
if you
back
want to
on the
watch it,
jerking
by the
off.
way. The encode's a little iffy, but it's on there.
Hey, we can deal with the bad encode.
Mm-hmm.
We were just talking. It just adds texture.
Yeah, I'm
That's it.
talking about YouTube official. Just get in there with an ad blocker. You can just watch it for free on YouTube. They're officially hosting the film.
Hell yeah. The YouTube
And
assassins are going to come.
There's a
after you
whole
for that.
subplot about this woman who's just a floozy, and she's talking about how she's a floozy the whole time, and she's like, "Man, I can't keep my hands off these guys. Maybe I should start a poly. Like, I need to get like, I need to be poly." And the dude's like, "Bro, you can't do that." And like, it doesn't really go resolved. Like in the end, he's like, "Okay, well, we'll get married, but like, we're both kind of like into other people too." Low key.
Hell yeah. People been freaky forever, man.
Yeah.
Like,
It's crazy. People don't realize this about Oklahoma. And people, you know, you hear about Oklahoma and people are like, "Oh shit, that's just boring. Why do you want to watch Oklahoma?" And I'm like, damn, there's some stuff in there though. It's interesting. It's funny.
oh man.
If you pick what you perceive to be the biggest problem with society and you make art about it and you wrench your soul onto the page, then it will resonate with people and it will prove prophetic.
Yeah. And I'm like really into it. Like I'm going into it and I'm like reading the original play it's based on. I'm listening to the original Broadway cast. I'm in there.
In there like swimwear.
Mm-hmm. Alright, we've been talking for 2 hours. How about we do some hotel dust? Should we take a little break first?
If you gotta use the bathroom, then yeah.
Okay, let's
go
take a
for
little
it.
break.
Take a little breaky break.